What's up, everybody? My name's Elijah Emmanuel, and we're going to be doing some reading today. I got several books here, known and unknown, books from the Bible to the Apocrypha to the sealed portion, the Kolbrin Bible. Some of these names people may have never heard of. But what we're going to do is we're going to read them, and we're going to discuss some of the things that are mentioned inside of them. In the earlier parts of the book, explaining where it came from, it says it was first penned in Heretic after the exodus of the Jews from Egypt. Heretic. 1500 BCE, published as the Great Book, a 21-volume work. The surviving volumes are now published in the Egyptian texts of the Bronze Book. The genesis of this secular work, with a new Egyptian interest in finding the one true God of Abraham, as a consequence of their defeat at the hands of Moses. The work contains many historical accounts that parallel those of the Torah, Old Testament, and warns of a massive object called the Destroyer that is prophesied to return in this time with catastrophic results to the earth. All right, y'all, let's get into it. So I'm going to be reading from the Kolbrin Bible. All right. I want to get to the books of morals and precepts because I think that you guys would enjoy that. Okay. So we're at the books of moral and precepts. And let's start at the nature of the true God. Put it right here. Hopefully it doesn't fall. All right, let's read. There is but one power, the high power, the designer and the creator, ruler of the earth, and the Lord of the kingdom of light and darkness, everlasting, all-powerful, and beyond understanding of men, the great dweller of the everlasting, pregnant silence, unseeable, unknowable. By a command, he created man, and his indulgence permitted the gods to be fashioned. He is the source of all that is, the father of fathers, the mother of mothers, the one who preceded the Son. The Son is not God, though his creation. For its brightness bestows light and life upon the earth. It gives warmth to the aged and quickens the child in its mother's womb. It nourishes the seed and calls forth the great green growth. It is the instrument of the high God, his furnace, fire of life. The sun is removed from man at nighttime, but the true God is always with him. Man never walks alone. He is never unescorted. That's deep right there. Okay, and it says, to this God alone gives praise. To this God alone give praise. Self-created, maker of heaven and earth, founder of the kingdom of light and darkness, the waters and the mountains, to the one that is above all, the spring from which flows all wisdom. To him alone belong adoration, thanksgiving, honor, and praise. who spread the great canopy of heaven, and pinned back the curtains of the night with stars, whose finger draws the courses of the night lights in unalterable arrangements. He holds the great waters within their appointed limits, and the storm water he keeps in restraint. He covers the face of the earth with a green mantle of vegetation. He inundates the land of the waters with the waters of life. His arm sweeps across the skies, and men are bewildered. Earth is shaken, and nations collapse and fall. The wicked tremble before his manifestations and are consumed in the midst of his fire. The wrongdoer is confounded and lies stricken before his darts of lightning. His thunders rend the roof of heaven, and earth groans out its travail. It is he, the high power, who defeats armies with pestilence and gives the one man dominion over thousands. At his command, the seas will raise against the earth, or mountains belch with fires of destruction. A man lives his allotted span in dispensation of the high God of old, who will encompass the daily task, and round all things have their beginning and end with the Most High. His power cannot be suppressed. His knowledge is the wisdom of eternity. His strength reaches out into infinity. His dwelling place is set in the universal center, and he encompasses all the universes, great and small. His breath sustains life in the multitudinous forms, and his thought holds all things to their proper shape. He prescribes the courses of the stars. He issues his commands to the winds, and they sing their responses. The wide seas murmur his praise. He moves in the silence and the void and the empty space where the eternal heart lies sleeping. Order and beauty are shaped by his hands. Man dreams and says this is reality. He sees the shadow but is blinded by before the light. He reasons and is deceived. The design of the true God and his nature cannot be understood in the light of reason, for reason is not with this God, who knows all things without reason. There is none other like unto the one God in all his glory, whose strength can challenge him, whose will can contend his will, whose might can equal his. Where is another with his wisdom? Who in goodness can compare to him? By the power of his thoughts, many kingdoms are brought forth beyond earth. He speaks the innumerable, and they are created. He rules his creatures with infinite wisdom and directs their destinies with unchallengeable decrees. His will controls the forces within men, and the things they seek unknowingly is him. As the body, when hungry, is filled with the urge to eat, when thirsty, and the urge to drink, so is the spirit of man filled with the urge to seek the Most High. His ordinances govern the earth and the heavens above. All things therein have their appointed place and purpose, and in their nature conform to this law. His way is inscrutable, transcending the understanding of men. His thoughts are mystery, which men may not fathom. They are veiled and withdrawn beyond the comprehension of the mortals. His design is unrevealed to the multitude. Few are the men who understand why he planted the road to the place of glory with the sharp stones of suffering and pain. Or why life is struggle through the thorny forest of adversity. But the ways of men are known to the Most High, for the Creator ever knows the created, though it does not follow that the created know their Creator. Therefore, O man, remember that your hearts lie naked before His gaze, and the innermost thoughts come under His scrutiny. No deed ever goes unrecorded. None can perceive His residence, for He dwells in the profound silence in the outer sphere. Look for Him in the order of nature and see His plan and His direction. Look for Him amid the stars in their courses and see the grandeur of His scheme. Look for the unmanifested spirit in the manifested object. His glory is proclaimed in the heavens. The sun reflects His splendor. The moon witnesses His peace. His fruitfulness is spread over the face of the land, and the waters are filled with His bounty. The earth bends to His will, or is broken to His command. No man may walk in the appointed direction, or he will be driven. Walk in the light of the law, and not along the paths of the transgressor. See, that's something right there. This book is telling you to follow the law. Walk in the light of the law, and not along the path of the transgressor. For the laws of the Most High God are unchallengeable and cannot be transgressed with impunity. The wrongful deeds and the wicked thoughts of man are indelible, inscribed upon the everlasting tablets of his immortal soul. He is the Creator in whose spirit, image, likeness you were fashioned. His laws ordained your present state and circumstances upon earth. The power and of your intellect is His promise of godhood, and the marvels of your body are the works of His hand. His soul communes with your soul, and the consciousness He shares with you is the source of your life. In His sight, all men are equal, and He judges them as men, not according to their estate. The rich and the poor, the highborn, the lowly, and the wise, and the simple, all receive a fitting reward according to their labors, from which is expected results according to their abilities. For some much, and for others little. Only that which serves the purpose of the great God is accounted worthy by Him. He has established the law whereby the sun shines on the good and the wicked alike. He sends rain equally to the provident and to the improvident. See, that's the scripture right there. That's straight from the King James, from the original translation. Sun shines on the good and the wicked. The arrows of misfortune strike the worthy and the unworthy with indifference. Only the most wise may understand why this is established, the established nature of things. For the generality of men, it is a condition to be accepted with a good grace for them. It is sufficient to know that the seeming indifference of the universe serves its purpose. The true power neither rewards nor punishes, for he has established the law. He has established the law whereby each man decrees his own fate. Wow. He has established the law whereby each man decrees his own fate. The future destiny and circumstances of the soul are shaped in the earthly body. When in the hour of its release, the soul takes flight, free from its earthly container of flesh, it assumes the form molded by its desires. In that awesome day of reckoning, the wicked shall be revealed in hideous shapelessness, but the upright shall step forward in splendor. Therefore, give all due respect to the law of God. Walk in his ways, bow to his decrees. You are placed on earth that his purpose may be fulfilled. Therefore, fight not against his will, nor rebel against his laws, lest you bring about your own destruction. The Most High will not destroy the transgressor of his law, for he will destroy him. God will not destroy the transgressor of his law, for he will destroy himself. The transgressor will destroy himself, is what it's saying. Each man ultimately decrees his own fate and receives the reward or punishment according to the law. Damn, that's deep. Hail to the Creator, giver of breath, God of destinies, great God of thunder and fire. He who roars over the earth, the silent one who walks by your side, unseen, unmanifested. Father God, Mother God, God of comfort, conflict, and mighty fighter with stone. The glorious being, the Lord of life, God of gods, Prince of the everlastingness, ruler of the netherworld, King of the western kingdom, light of eternity, light of life. These are his names according to his nature. But this also you may know about the true God. He is fountainhead of all things. His power is unbounded, and his mind knows no limitations. He has the wisdom of eternity, and the mantle of greatness envelops all mankind. He sits enthroned in the universal center, and his divine rays, which flow from his presence, hold all forms of stability. He moves his finger in the night skies, and the stars dance along their pathways. He walks upon the wings of the wind and encompasses the kingdoms of the heaven and earth. Order and beauty follow in his train, and all things obey the directions of his hand. And the face of the beauty looks out from his works, and the voice of wisdom speaks from the midst of his creation. though it is scarcely heard through the barriers of mortal limitations. Glory and grandeur form his mantle. Justice, mercy drape his body. Love and benevolence cover his head. And the virtues are the virtues of his footstool. Discuss not his form, for it is beyond your understanding. Push not among the crowd of his worshippers. Mouth not the words of his writings unthinkingly. Mumble not his praises. Stand not before his shrine in hypocritical humility. Carefully supervise his ministrations and maintain the decorum in his place. Remember him always. He is with you always, in the midst of your concourse and in the silence of your bedchamber. His breath gives life to countless forms, and his will holds all things in their appointed shape. Obey his commands, take heed of his ordinances he has made. They are to conform to your needs. All things are bent to the benefit of man, and all that encompass your life accord with his direction, that the soul within you may enjoy continued gracious growth from the stage to stage of its unfolding, so that when the cumbersome sheath of mortal flesh is cast off, it may receive a just fitting compensation under the great law, in accordance with its thoughts and deeds on earth. Where this strange God of ours, and where is this strange God of ours? And it is well, you ask. For if you be happy on earth, you must know his ways. He is not a revealed God. He has hidden himself, for he knows well the dispositions of men. Were he here now among the people and revealed to their gaze, the weakling would fawn upon him, and the hypocrite would join his following, and the wrongdoer would walk in his train, proclaiming his innocence with a loud voice. How then, if he were here, could the weakling be tested and the hypocrite discovered and the wrongdoer unveiled? Our power is hidden, that men may be tested and established for what they really are. Were he revealed to the eyes of the understanding of men, earth and life would have no purpose. He hides to discover the hearts of men. It is not declared in the plans of God that uncertainty is an essential earthly condition. Yet this you may know, that if you are worthy, and very few are, there is a method whereby you may look behind the veil, and may no longer will you walk in certainty. However, for men in general, the undiscovered God is not apparent. He has no man-made image and likeness. He stands in the obscurity behind the great alcove, behind the temple, within the place of flame. Yet he makes himself known in subtle ways, for he cannot remain unmanifested to the truly spiritual, any more than a river can remain hidden, for it dissolves away the ground in which it is concealed. So will the great God spring forth in the midst of material things, and dissolving away their solidity, shine forth to the sincere seeker? He is not a new God, but the oldest God of all, the Father of ages, the Ancient One. He requires no temple to establish his glory or sacrifice to give him strength. A cheerful nature is more acceptable to the Most High than offerings of gold and silver and bad-tempered man, or the sacrifice. It says, a cheerful nature is more acceptable to God than the offerings of gold and silver by a bad-tempered or sacrificial ox or churlish man. He prefers man who gives a willing hand to his neighbor to one who brings him treasure. That's deep. A word of encouragement to a man in distress is more value to our power than loud praises in his temple. He does not take all and remain mute. He seeks not gifts with no purpose or wasteful sacrifices. What can man give that will add to his glory? What thing fashioned by man can benefit the one God who by taking thought could create a universe? Work for our God and he will work for you. He remembers well the man who labors on his behalf. He who labors on the benefit of others works for the great power. He who improves earth works for him. The purpose of man's sojourn on earth is the glorification of man, not the glorification of God, who is the all-glorious one. Thus, it is written in the plans of God. The true temples of the great God are not structures of stone and brick. They are places of quietable fortitude in your heart and home. That's deep. That's so true. That's the kingdom of heaven is within you right there. It's the quietude and the fortitude of in your home, like I just said. It says, where you listen to the awakening of your soul as it responds to the conscious contact with him. His worship is your labor among the people. His praise is the song in your heart. His adoration is the joy of living. Keep the peace of the mysterious God and maintain the order of his love among men and women, for they are his flocks and herds. He calls forth shepherds from among them. He made earth a workplace for man and not a pleasure garden. Therefore, be you a song leader at the task. He is the mighty God, the nameless one, whom your fathers held in awe. He it was who dissipated the darkness over the waters, who separated the chaos, who lifted the cloud, who made the breezes of life fill the nostrils of men. Men came forth from his members, and they appeared in his likeness. For their sustenance he proved fruits and vegetables, animals and fowls and fish. He has brought low his enemies. Yes, he has even destroyed his own children. He rolled the grain, and lo, it became the food of men. He dismembered the destroyer in olden times. He made daylight for the joy of men, and darkness and tranquility for his tranquility. Men cry to him in their darkness, and he suffers with them. He sends a captain to strengthen the resistance of the feeble and a champion for the weak. He has endowed men with the power of speech and bedecked their language with fine words. Their greatness may sound around the earth. He has enlightened the mind of man with great thoughts to repulse the might of untoward happenings. He has given him the courage to overcome terrors that lurk by night, to dispel those that strike by day. He is a God of justice as well as benevolence, for he metes out chastisement, not always obviously as among men, but sometimes as a man chastises his son for his brother. There can be none greater than the true God, for though himself nameless, he knows every name. Be not reticent to worship, for this is the prerogative of the highborn and the wise. Kings and nobles attend the temples diligently, but the stupid man and grave robber have no God. Doesn't it say that the fool have said in his heart that there is no God in Proverbs? And it says right here, the stupid man and grave robber said there is no God. Worship bestows no benefit on God, for he is all sufficient, self-sufficient. It is purpose. The purpose is the service of man, not the service of God. It fulfills a need of man, not a need of God. Nothing that man can do will add to God's glory. Nothing that man can give will add to that which he already has. These are the teachings of the wise ones. To those to whom be all due honor and respect, give ear and listen with a receptive mind. Record them unto your generations, that they pass not away into the dust of your habitations. Therefore let it now be written, and as it is written, let it be known. I think I'm gonna read some more of that tomorrow. That was powerful. Now that chapter was longer than I expected, but it was well worth it. I learned a lot. I thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna post some more. That was again the Kolbrin Bible in Romans chapter 1, and we're gonna get back into this tomorrow. We're going to read some of the sealed portion, some of the Third Testament, and I thought that was way powerful. I can't express it enough. It was deep. It was rooted in truth. Now, as they say, sometimes you have to take the meat and spit out the bones. To me, it was majority meat. It was deep knowledge, and I think that people should heed what it said. So, this is Elijah Emmanuel signing off. Make sure you leave a comment below, like, subscribe, especially if you made it this far to the end of the video. Let me know what you think, what can be improved, and what books you want me to read next. All right, shalom.